said it all. Nothing to say at all. Nothing to say that matters. Haven't we heard enough?
So we're here in Belfast's Grand Opera House because the Take That musical, The Band, is here, and that runs right through until the 24th of November. So let's go and meet the cast of The Band.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Take That are proud to present their new musical,
Get ready for it!
The Band. A brand new story featuring the winners of Let It Shine.
Ready for it! Get ready for it!
Touring the UK and coming to a city near you. Don't miss The Band.
So guys, welcome to Belfast. Have you been here before?
Never been to Belfast, so first time, so very excited to see how the audiences react to our show.
And how have the audiences been on the tour so far?
It varies up and down the country, and we've been touring for well over a year now. Especially when we get to the north, the audiences can be quite rowdy. You know, there's some concert scenes in the musical, which is a good opportunity to dance and scream and jump about.
For us and the audience.
Yeah. And of course, the good thing about this show as well, you're bringing people in to see this show who's never really been to a theatre before, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I think there's a statistic. It was about 70% of the audience have not seen musical theatre shows before. So that's we're very proud of that, getting sort of people to come and see musical theatre and maybe try other musical theatre shows as well.
Okay, so for people who don't know anything about the show, tell us the story behind it.
So it's a story of 5 young girls who are in awe of this boy band, and they have an amazing bond together as friends, and something happens and they end up losing touch for 25 years, and they come back together, and we see them come back together and reunite and try and fulfill their dream of meeting the boy band.
So of course all you guys came off the TV series Let It Shine. How did you find the experience of doing the TV show?
Pretty eye-opening, and we put ourselves in kind of quite a vulnerable position where everyone who was watching was down a lens, like 5 million people, and obviously now it's very different in the stadiums and theatres and stuff. So yeah, very unique, and I obviously don't regret doing it. It's changed our lives and gave us this amazing job.
It actually helped us build our stamina for the musical, because we've now done about 370 shows, so it sort of, taught us how to dance and sing for such a long time.
And what about the dance routines in the show? Were they like the dance routines that Take That did back in the 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, I mean, if you know Take That quite well, you'll recognise a few of the moves pop up here and there. But yeah, no, I mean, we had quite a long rehearsal period and worked hard on the dancing to try and get it as tight as possible. So
Yeah,
I mean,
more so for Curtis. Yeah, he needed a bit of work.
So during the rehearsal process, how much input did Take That have into the show? Were they on hand kind of all the time?
Yeah, I mean, they're all co-producers of the show, and they all got sent the scripts and the videos of like all the workshops and stuff, and they popped in quite a lot during, you know, kind of working out what we were still doing with the show, and they hid behind like little boxes where no one could see them, so the focus was on the show. But yeah, they're very supportive of the construct of building this musical, and they've been part of that every step of the way.
What about meeting somebody like Gary Barlow for the first time? What was that like?
Well, yeah, Gary. We first met him on Let It Shine, but we didn't have any contact for fairness. But yeah, after the first time I spoke to him after the show, I was like, I'm going to need help on singing. And he was always there for me in rehearsals, and it's actually quite scary when you see the boys sort of in the wings watching you perform, because it is their song, so you don't really want to mess it up, do you?
And I have to ask, were you a Take That fan before you came to this show?
well, a few of the songs I actually grew up with, because when they came back together, I was growing up and like just becoming I think I was about 10 or something when they got back together. So some of the songs like kind of I remember it from my childhood, which is a bit weird. Yeah, singing it now on stage in front of like thousands of people, it's like whoa. Yeah, weird.
Obviously, you guys are spending a lot of time together. So, what's life on the road like? Does it get kind of stressful? Do you get fed up of each other's company?
Definitely, I'm not even on speaking terms. No, it can be challenging at times, not because of the people, but just because you're living out of a suitcase and you're doing so many shows. But that's the great thing about this particular job, is we've all shared that journey on Let It Shine, so we can kind of see eye to eye. And it's such a unique perspective for us in this position, in this particular job, but I don't think anyone else will have that same perspective.
How are you finding life on the road?
You know what? I've never been away from my home, so I actually do miss my mum quite a bit. But she does come to every single venue. She's actually flying over today, and she brings my laundry, because I'm not very good at sort of washing my clothes, my pants. So yeah, my laundry and a lot of Japanese foods that I miss from home. So yeah, I'm quite a mummy's boy. So yeah, I do miss my mum quite a bit, but she's there for me every 2 weeks.
And how are you finding it?
I mean, at the start it was quite difficult to get used to it, and recently actually we've been touring weekly, which has been really quite tiring. As you can hear there, singing "Relight My Fire," and we hear that every day, so it's like but no, it's tour life is something to get used to. But now that we are used to it, it's just a lot of fun because we're living together and stuff, and it's fun.
So once the tour comes to an end, how do you think you're going to feel when that point comes?
I'll be back home with my mum. I'm sorry, that's some terrible singing from the other two of our boy band members. We do not endorse them, actually. That was horrendous. Please, could you? We're going to have to cut that out. We need, we don't want people returning tickets.
Well, let's do something. Let's see if you guys can sound better than them, shall we? Right? Give us a little blast.
Curtis, you do something crazy.
All I do each night is pray. Hoping that I'll be a part of you again someday. All I do each night is think of all the times I close the door to keep my love within.
We win.
Much better than Relight My Fire, I have to say. Much better, much better. One final question. I'm going to come to you. Look into the camera and tell everybody why they should come to the Grand Opera House to see the show.
Why you should come and see the show. It's amazing. It's fun. It has its amazing sad moments, amazing happy. It's amazing. Everything is amazing. Take That Song classics, and there's us three and two other boys who try and warble through the show. So please,
we're in it. What's more?
We're in it.
What else do you want?
What else do you want?
That got away. Didn't we take the time to say them all?